Okay, we're on a 2012 Nissan Armada, and the owner says that it will not start, and he is correct. It will not crank, to be specific. And you can see the immobilizer light is flashing right now. So this does have the smart key. It does unlock and lock the doors and all the stuff that, as far as the push buttons do, should do it. So that kind of verifies the battery should be good. Now, I'm not real familiar with the immobilizer systems on these Nissans. I do know that if it's flashing, that's not good, but as long as you got the immobilizer key in the vicinity, you should be able to push on the brake and turn the engine to the on position. The immobilizer light, I'm pretty sure, should go completely out. And as you can see, it just stays on solid. When I try to crank it, nothing. I can hear a relay kind of under the dash clicking, but that obviously doesn't mean a whole lot. So there's a problem. I've got the we're gonna try the Xtool today, and let me see if I can get some of this glare. I'm gonna hit auto. You know, it amazes me that there's no real good angle that you can set the scan tool to whenever the sun's out and actually get a good, or not get any reflection. But, oh, I need to turn the key on. So the key is now turned on. Okay, I'm going to hit auto scan. It is a Nissan. This is the latest software, 12.8 on this scan tool. Armada 2012. And obviously there's a couple things that we're going to we're just going to do an auto scan. We'll see what all failures it's got. So right off the bat, we've got 3 failures for the engine control module. Now, they thought the battery was dead, so they had the battery charged up. Battery is weak, seems like, but I think it's charged, or should have enough to crank the engine. Okay, so we've got 3 failures on the engine control module. Let's go to DTC report. Lock mode, which is a P1610. Immobilizer key chain 1614, and key difference 1615. And audio video, which we're not going to worry about. So we got 3 on the engine. We got a key difference. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about. We only have 1 key, which is this one right here. They don't have a second one. I asked them if they had a second one because I'd like to try a second one. But we're just going to have to work with what we got. Okay, so I got a battery charger on the battery because the battery was getting low. So if you look at the stop lamp switch, that's something else that you may want to check. If you notice, it says off. When I step on it, it says on. The reason is because a vehicle won't start if you're not stepping on the most modern vehicles won't start unless you're stepping on the brake when you turn the key on. So you just want to make sure that your brake switch is working. And that's all I wanted to really see there. I think, you know what I think I want to do, since I know that this is an immobilizer problem, or I'm pretty sure. The one thing that I don't know 100% about is that being on solid. is an issue. I mean, I'm sure it is. I don't think it should be on solid. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to program this key and see what happens. And we're going to use this Xtool to do it. We're going to go right here to Special Functions, Key Programming. We're going to find Nissan. Program keys, program remote, read BCM code, and release steering lock. Which we're not having a problem with that. We're just going to see if we can program a key. Select from type, select from vehicle. I guess we're going to do select from type. Immobilizer system, smart key system. I don't know how many pin codes this car's got. We're just going to read the BCM code and to see basically what I want to see is, okay, so this is a 4-digit pin. That's what I needed to know. Program keys, select from type. It is a smart key system. It is a 4-pin code. Type 1. I wish I had an auto with slot and push button. Type 2. I don't know what type this is. 7 to 11. There's a insert the key and switch ignition on. Press OK to continue. And I don't know if I actually need to insert the key or not. This does have a so if you look on the back of these Nissan remotes, let me see if I can do this. Hold on a minute. I'll get the camera set up here so you can see this. If you push this little button right here to the side, you can pull this key out. And you are able to insert it into, even though this, you normally don't have to put a key in, you're able to insert it into the ignition cylinder. And then you're going to push it in, and then you can turn it. And yes, I've tried that with no luck. So the key's in. Now it says failed to connect, so that must not be a type 1. So we're going to go to the next one. We're going to go to type 2. Insert the key and switch ignition on. I think it was 7104. You have to complete the following procedure. Engine can be started. Okay. Switch ignition off and remove smart key. Insert the first smart key and switch on for 5 seconds. Then switch ignition off and remove smart key. If you want to add more smart keys, please repeat procedure 2. Okay, switch ignition off and remove smart key. Insert the first smart key and switch on for 5 seconds. Then switch ignition off and remove smart key. Okay, just putting the same key back in. Switch is on. It says for about 5 seconds. Switch is off. Then switch off and remove smart key. Alright, well. I think we did it. I think that did it. In fact, I think the battery's dead. But now you see the immobilizer light. See how it's blinking? If I put my foot on the brake and go to on, the immobilizer light stays off. So I think what's actually happened, I think they've got a weak battery, and when they was trying to start it, it just corrupted the immobilizer ID recognition, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to let this battery charge up, and then we're going to see if it'll start up. But the Xtool, this is the first it's cranked since I've been working on this car. I believe this car is fixed, and the Xtool gets the win for this one. Okay, we're back here on the Nissan, getting ready to start it. Foot's on the brake, and she's running. So all this thing needed was to be reprogrammed. Well, obviously it needs a battery. I think what happened, the battery was weak while they was trying to start it. The voltage dropped so low, there was probably a lot of noise in the electrical system, and it corrupted the immobilizer identification for the smart key. So I simply used the Xtool to reprogram the system. So this is what I want to do now. I want to see if I can clear those faults. Remember, there was 3 immobilizer faults. So let's get out of this. We'll just do an auto scan again. Sorry for that glare. I mean, that I don't know how else to get rid of that. I've tried to get every angle that I can. Okay. Go to engine. We'll make sure they're still okay. They've automatically cleared. No trouble codes. So let's just do an auto scan. See if there's any codes at all anywhere. The AC system and we had that one. We had the multi audio, and look how they spelled video. They need to get a, where's it at? Where'd it go? That's funny. VEDIO. Yeah, the AC is the only thing that's got faults. I'm not even going to worry about that. They towed this vehicle over here because they couldn't start it, and it just needed to be reprogrammed. Now, I'm using the Xtool. I'm not sure if my Autel would have. It wouldn't have. My Autel does not pull pin codes. So, luckily, I had this Xtool because I had to enter the pin code, and it was able to give me the pin code. So anyway, that's definitely one for the Xtool on this particular vehicle. I would not have been able to use my Autel. I've got an MS 906 TS, and it wouldn't have handled this problem. Anyway, that's about all I've got. We'll see you guys later in the next one.